They now on the Stamford Bridge. And I'm going to be taking a tour. They're going to be giving us a tour. It's 6 stadium. You see the white and black seats of Chelsea. With some banners. And we're going to be starting the tour. So when we start, I'll come back to you.
It used to be a running club. It was formed in 1877. Two brothers called Gus and Joe Mears bought the pub with the intention of turning it into a football stadium, and they did so in 1905. Okay? Originally they wanted Fulham Football Club to come here and play, but there was a bit of a dispute about the rent, nothing much changes, and they decided to form their own football club. Okay? So originally this actually used to be an all-standing stadium with only 5,000 seats just to this end. Now Premier League will state that all stadiums must be an all-seater. So the seats you see here, the capacity is 42,000. What a large number. So does anyone have any questions up until this point? No? Okay, so what we're going to do, if you're about to follow me, we are going to be making our way to the press room, where you can go where the journalists take their place. So if you'd like to follow me this way, hopefully out the rain. Hello. The 20 miles south in a place called Cobham. It's in Surrey. Okay. What happens there is that that is where the first team, reserve team, women's team, and the youth team all train really. World-class facilities. They have world-class medical, nutritional, and language lessons there. So a lot of foreign players who can't speak English, they would have their lessons there. Now it's a huge place. It's 140 acres with 35 full-size football pitches. Okay, yeah, it's quite a lot. There's 18 permanent groundsmen there, and there's also 3 here. So when it's a match day, they all come together, and then they all occupy here and make sure the pitch is nice and maintained. In fact, they actually cut the pitch 3 times a day, every single day. Yeah, so there's a lot of maintenance that goes into the pitch, okay? It costs £1 million a year to maintain our pitch. It's a world-class pitch. It's the same sort of pitch that they use in Wimbledon, and for those of you who live in England who watch the cricket oval as well. It's not 100% real though. It's 97% real and 3% fake. It's called perennial dry seed. What happens is the real grass and the fake grass intertwine with each other, so that way it doesn't chop up quite so much. Wow. So yeah, it's quite something. So they literally inject the seeds into the lawn. So it's about, yeah, it's quite advanced actually, the way to do it, but it's incredible when you see it. So we'll have a closer look at the pitch very shortly, guys. And so if you'd like to follow me this way.
And that's where we can't run on it.
That's the one you can't run, that's why you can't run on it, guys, okay? So if you Okay, so welcome everybody to the press room. Okay, so on a Premier League match, you will have between 80 to 100 journalists all in this very room. On a Champions League night, you'll have approximately 100 to 200 journalists in this very room alone. You'll have a mixture of the British press and the foreign press. So if we're playing a club like Paris Saint-Germain, you'll have the French press here, L'Equipe would be here, but we like to look after the journalists when they are here. On the right-hand side, we have writing desks and various plugs where journalists can connect their computers to type up their match reports. Behind you, we have a hot and cold buffet area. This is where the journalists can eat whatever food is being served at the chief executive boxes. It's the same sort of food. And on this side, we have a complimentary bar. No alcohol is served, for reasons you may know why, but it's all free, and they're very well looked after. Now what will happen after a match, the post-match conferences take place here. So Gus Hiddink would have been here. He'd spend 20 minutes talking to the press alongside the man of the match and his captain John Terry, and then the opposing manager will make his speech afterwards. Now, a lot of the great players who sign their contracts actually sign their contracts here. They do it now in Cobham for training reasons, for logistical reasons, because as soon as they sign their contract, they have to train straight away. Anyone knows London traffic, it's not the easiest to get from here to Cobham. But the great players like Roberto Di Matteo, Gianfranco Zola, Didier Deschamps, they all signed their contracts at this very desk. Behind me, you can see our sponsorship board. Now, sponsors provide a substantial amount of money for the club. Okay, for example, Yokohama Tires, they give us a substantial amount. They're with us for 5 years. Adidas, which is coming to an end, they give us a lot of money, which I can't say how much, but it's in the hundreds of millions. But a lot of the other sponsors aren't as well known to Chelsea, but they still give us a substantial amount more and help us in other ways. So Delta Airlines, they help us with our transport all around our pre-season tournaments. Gazprom, they provide the energy for here and the training ground as well. All around here you can see various players that have played here, just to give you an idea about some of the greats. Obviously a lot of people know Messi, of course. Messi's a big fan of Chelsea. He's played Chelsea 8 times and he scored 0. Okay, don't know why, it's got a thing for us. Paolo Maldini, great Italian man. AC Milan were the first ever Champions League team we played here. Guys, sorry, just keep down there. AC Milan were the first ever Champions League team we played. Okay? And obviously we've got the great Premier League players. Okay. So Thierry Henry, Gareth Bale, Cristiano Ronaldo, I'm sure some of you have heard of him. But some of you who don't know these players, these are some of the world's best. Okay? Johan Cruyff, who sadly passed away a few months ago, he came over here with the LA Aztecs. Eusebio, a great Portuguese striker, scored over 600 goals for Benfica in 1.2 appearances. The likes of Franz Beckenbauer won the World Cup as a player and manager. Stanley Matthews as well, our first ever Ballon d'Or winner. Okay, played for Blackpool United. He was a mixture of Lionel Messi and Ronaldo in one. If you don't believe me, go on YouTube, type his name. It's some of the video footage is incredible when you see it. And of course we've got some of the British greats, so the likes of Bobby Charlton, Bobby Moore and George Best. Okay, in a Fulham shirt. We didn't want him in a United shirt because, well, we had far too many United shirts there. But enough of the away one. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to show you a proper dressing room. So if you'd like to follow me this way.
Okay, so she's suited the wrong way. Yeah, well, she's suited Chelsea and suited when I'm Raiders, and it all set up for one. She got relegated to Moses.
We don't leave anything to chance here. There's a lot of detail that goes into the planning of this place. So for example, the hand moisturisers and the lotion that we use here are exactly the same they use in Buckingham Palace. Over here we've got obviously more massage tables, we have an ice bath. So after a match, players are required to spend 3 to 4 minutes in the ice bath, and it goes as low as minus 160. So it's not optional, they have to do it. It helps them recover their muscles. A tactics room that you've seen earlier. Players an hour before the match will go through the tactics with the managers. It used to be Chris Hiddink, but now it will be Antonio Conte. So what you can notice here is that the players' locker rooms are done by their photographs. Usually in many other changing rooms it'd be by their squad number or it'd be by their position. The reason for that is because 20 years ago we had an influx of foreign players coming in. A lot of them didn't know English. John Terry noticed this, and what he decided to do, he told the manager at the time, he said, look, rather than have them by their player numbers, why don't you have them with the players they feel most comfortable with language or friendship groups? So that's why what you see here are the photos. So on this side, we have the Brazilian Portuguese language speakers, the likes of Diego Costa, Kennedy, Pato, Oscar, William, all Brazilian Portuguese speakers. Over here you have the goalkeeper side. But there's one missing, and he's over there. Asmir Begovic. He is Bosnian. And in Bosnia, they speak Bosnian. But they also speak Serbian. And the two players next to him, Nemanja Matic, Branislav Ivanovic, both play for Serbia. So this is not unintentional. Every little thing, every little thought takes place here. They figure out to the most Thank you, Peter. Over here we've got the English corner, which is slowly dying out, I'm afraid to say. The likes of Gary Cahill, John Terry. Terry's been at the club since he was 17 years old, and he's about 35 today, so a long time. Over here we've got the likes of Marco Emilia, an Italian keeper who's actually just left the club. The Spanish corner here, Pedro and Cesc Fabregas. I won't go through all of them, but the ones you might find interesting. Eden Hazard and Cesar Azpilicueta. Now Azpilicueta is Spanish, Eden Hazard is Belgian, but they have one cool thing together. Cesar Azpilicueta used to play for Marseille, and they both speak French, because in Eden Hazard in Belgium, they speak French. Over here, used to be Didier Drogba's locker, but now it belongs to Kurt Zouma. The reason why this used to be Drogba's is because Drogba was in charge of the music and entertainment. But now that's left to Kurt Zouma now. So what will happen? 5 minutes before a match, you'll hear this. Okay, that will be the 5-minute warning. The players will have to make their way to the tunnel. Okay, so if you two want to stand on either side, so you stand here, you stand here. So we need 2 lines. Okay, so what's going to happen? The referee will call the players out. He'll give them their instructions. He'll make sure no one's wearing jewellery. If they are, they've got to cover it with masking tape. He'll check everyone's boots to make sure they are appropriate. And we'll tell everyone to shake hands and keep it a fair fight. So, everyone, if you could please shake hands. We are all friends here. Please, shake hands with one another. Thank you very much. Okay, so if you'd all like to follow me this way, please. It rains quite a lot. So what happens is the rainwater comes all the way down here. As you can see, the pitch isn't completely level. There's a bit of a camber. Okay, comes down here, goes all the way around, and then we recycle it for the sprinkler system. Okay, so like I said earlier, the pitch here is not 100% real, 97% real. Okay, now can anyone see the word Chelsea at the very top? Yeah. Okay, so that is where our owner, Roman Abramovich, sits. Okay, he is the owner of Chelsea Football Club. Okay, if you don't have a Russian owner, I suggest you get one because they are fantastic. Okay, to give you an idea of how rich he is, he has a yacht so big it doesn't even fit into the stadium. Okay, that is how big it really is. And I'll be telling you a bit more about him just in a bit later. So in the front row, we have the managers and the medical team. Behind are the substitutes, and behind that are the unused players, or the players that weren't selected for the football match itself, if they were suspended or otherwise. So what we're going to do, we're going to be making our way, because it's starting to rain now, to the very top, known as the shed end. I know, that's nice. So where you are now, it is called the shed end. This is where the die-hard Chelsea supporters used to sit. I say used to because over that side is the away side, okay? Where the yellow seats are up to the metal railing. So if we're playing a large team, if we're playing, I don't know, Marseille or Juve or Manchester United, we will give 3,000 seats to them. If we're playing a smaller team, the likes of Watford, Bournemouth, Arsenal, we'll give about 1,500 allocation. Now, there's a lot of things to see from where you are right now. So if you look above, this grey area, the box, okay, it's our security hub, okay? That is where security are watching any of you if you try and run to the pitch. There are 192 cameras all around the stadium, so the security can't find you, no matter where you are. Over to this side, where the black seats are, okay? If you're ever listening to the football in your car, on the radio, that is where the radio commentators are seated, telling you about the match. Straight ahead of you, about 1 o'clock, between the numbers of 15 and 16, that is where the television studios are. Okay? The left-hand side is permanently for Sky, the right-hand side, depending on who's bought the broadcasting. It could be ESPN, it could be BT Sport, depending on that. Over to this side, there's glass enclosure. That is where the wives and the girlfriends of Chelsea Football Club are. So if you ever watch Chelsea and you see Oscar score a goal, he'll always do this, over to that end. It's because his girlfriend is there. Now at Chelsea we do have a rule, it's a very important rule. Okay, the men, if you ever want to play for Chelsea, you must obey this rule. You can bring your wife, you can bring your girlfriend, but don't bring them at the same time, alright? Because it doesn't look good, it doesn't look good, okay? Okay, around you, see these are what they call the Millennium Suites, okay? You are welcome to buy one of those for the executives, okay? It will cost you £250,000 a year, and you have to pay 10 years up front. And there is a waiting list, but they are well catered for. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. So it's £250,000 a season, and you have to work 10 up front. It's about 250. Not much terrible. 55, 50 minimum. Yeah, well, it's 2.5 years. Yeah. And there is a waiting list as well. All you got to do is sponsor Chelsea Football Club. Where is it? Yeah, so I was talking about our owner, Roman Abramovich. Okay, so as you can see, there's a few wooden boxes. He's putting new seats in there for himself. Now, I told you how rich he is, okay? He's so rich, what he's going to do, we are going to knock this stadium down come next year, okay? And he's going to foot the bill. Well, the reason for that is because Chelsea is a very large club. We fill 99% of the seats, okay? But what we're going to do, we're going to expand it to 60,001, one more than Arsenal. True. We're going to build, what we're going to do, we're going to knock the building completely down. For those of you who live in the country, the reason why we're going to dig underground first is because we have a law here. The view from Richmond Park has to be protected all the way to St Paul's Cathedral. So that's why we're going to dig underneath and then rebuild. With your ticket, you're able to go back to the museum and you'll see the new plans for the stadium, and they look quite spectacular. It's the same design as we did the bird's nest as well, at the Olympic Stadium. So any of you do decide to come to Chelsea Football Club to watch a game, try and go through your supporters club, okay? For those of you who are from Italy or from France or from Germany, we have supporters clubs for those various nations. So that way, it's a lot easier for you to get tickets, because tickets are very hard to come by, and most of them get snapped up by the season ticket holders. Okay, season ticket holders spend between £800 to £1,200 a season, and there is a waiting list for that as well. So Chelsea is supported very well around the city and around the country as well. Any questions before we go? Any questions? No? What's your question, Mom? Okay, so the question was why we knock it down is because we have so many people that visit Chelsea, we want to expand the seats, have more people to come there.
And how long it will take to rebuild?
So how long it's going to take, the question was, so it's going to take a minimum of 3 years. We're hoping to do a ground show with the National Stadium, with Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, who are looking to do theirs as well. But they're more in advanced talks. They're pretty much guaranteed it. We're in the advanced talks of trying to establish that.
So you're going to play in other stadiums?
We'll play our home games in the National Stadium for England for 18 home matches and the Champions League as well.